This is the Outliers Edge podcast, where we champion the leaders who are shaping the next era of humanity by taking them to the edge of their comfort zone so that they can lead us to the edge of what's next. I'm your host, Niiamah Ashong. Let's do this. Hello. Niiamah Ashong here, founder of Outliers Edge, where we champion the leaders who are shaping the next era of humanity. It is good to be here with you today. We had a chance now to really continue to play in that space of championing those leaders. Today, I'm talking to one such leader. Her name is Andrea Pantig. Andrea, it is an absolute pleasure to be talking to an outlier and a trailblazer like you. How are you doing today?
Hey, Niiamah. Thank you so much. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited for this conversation, and it's an honor to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Like, it's fun for me because like I look at this and we're gonna have a conversation that at some point someone else is gonna listen to, but like right now they're not. Like, and the beauty of that is that it just like we get to do our thing and just be in the space with each other from here. I get excited for that because I don't have a set plan for any of these conversations here. I do have a heart intent, and my heart intent is to see you as much as I can possibly see you, and to make sure that you leave here seeing yourself more deeply and more fully than you've ever seen yourself before. Right? That to me is really the space that I'm coming in from. I had some. You up for that?
Yes, I'm down for it.
All right, cool. Yeah, all right, I'll take that. I think up and down is going to be like exactly the same in this place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Andrea, let's start off here with just sharing a little bit about who you are to me. I'd like to bring that into this space here. It's beyond what you do, but it's really about like how you do it. And I think I can't prepare for this. I'm only prepared in the sense that I know that I'm going to want to do this. But if I prepare it, it would be canned as opposed to being real. And that's my desire is to be real with you. So Andrea, like, here's who you are to me. Andrea, when I think about you, I think of you as someone who like casually defies the norm. It's not a thing that you're like going out of your way about. You're not trying to like buck tradition or anything like that. You just like you're principled and like in the direction that you want to live your life and lead your life, and you're unapologetic in the pursuit of that, and it's incredibly refreshing and also like all inspiring simultaneously. I know that like the way that you choose to do things in the world provides. Let me say this: I trust you. I put it in that way. I really trust you. I like there's a way that you think, there's a way that you go about doing things that is different from others. And what I love about it is like there's an attention to, not attention to detail, but an attention to like design, attention to how it gets received and feels. And I feel like when you put your all in, it's like just absolutely like spectacular. But the component about it that really gets me is that I'm able to put my finger on it now. You're one of those people who imbues everything you do with that extra level of like, I'm going to call it love. All right. It means different things to different people, but like, it's not just that the act was completed, but like the why and the how behind that act makes a difference. And you choose to like live and honor the how you do the act as well. And it's one of the things that like I really admire about you. And I'm excited to explore more with you to see and to bring that into this conversation and grow from there. So I'm really glad to like be with you here. Thank you for saying yes to this.
Thank you. And I appreciate how you see me at that, because literally let me just share. Rahul and I were talking. Rahul is my husband for all the listeners out there. Rahul and I were talking last night about what are the core values that we are trying to work on and such. And one of the things that come up is love. Actually, it's love. Um, everything done in love is way better than everything done out of just financial things, out of just an obligation or something like that. So hearing you talk about my work and the way you see me with that component is really a big thing for me. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, most certainly. It makes a difference. There's just an element of like, oh, huh. I don't know what it is specifically, but there's something in here that puts me at ease, or that this person really cares. This person's like dedicated in whatever it is that they're bringing to life. So that's fantastic. So I shared a bit about like who you are to me. Feel free here to go and share a little bit about who you are in the world. Like, we like to play this game. You can bring in titles. You don't need to use titles. Like, that's not necessarily all that important here. But I do want to give you a chance to just kind of speak to like who you are, or maybe even how you see yourself.
Yes, how I see myself. First of all, first thing that comes to mind is I'm a mother. I'm a wife. um, I I put family first. That's why the first title or the first thing that describes me immediately is being a mother, being a wife, being a daughter of my wonderful family. And uh, when it comes to the mission, you mentioned earlier that my mission is in your desktop or something like that. I'd like to share that out to the world because I feel proud of that mission.
Yeah,
Um,
please do. Oh,
and my mission is to help people to achieve financial and time freedom, to do what they love most and spend more time with the people they love.
I'm going to ask you
This,
really quickly here
yes.
to repeat that, right? And this time I'm gonna ask, just tell me, right? Because I feel it. I know it. I see it. I can almost like see it in your eyes. It's like, this is it. It's written right here. I'm going to say it, right? I would love to just like feel it. I would love to just like, and it may not be said the same exact way or with the same amount of power, but like when we have a mission like what you have, the energetic transmission of that is so key. So like, just tell me, like, Andrea, I know that you are a woman on a mission. Do me a favor, honor me with like what that mission means to you in this moment. What's your mission?
Okay. Thank you for bringing me into that space. My mission is to help people to achieve financial and time freedom, to do what they love most, and to spend more time with the people they love. I told you earlier, I'm big with family. It's the first thing that comes to mind when I'm being asked, who am I? What am I into the world? I bring family at the top. So I want people who are not doing like that, but they want to have that kind of space, to have that kind of time to spend to the people they love and the freedom. Yeah, the freedom. Some people they have time, but they don't have the financial and time freedom to do it. But I want them to be doing it because things are being taken care of, you know? So I want people to be in that space with me, to spend more time with those they love and to do the things that they love most. So yeah, it's not every day that you hear people doing those. And I want to give people the opportunity, the chance to be in that space. So I'm bringing in on that and I want to share it with the world. And thank you for just listening to me on that.
Well, there's listening and then there's listening, right? I heard what you said before. But what I was listening, what was also coming out here was like, this person is on a massive mission here. And for you, you know your mission. And so, like, I mean, I say at the start of every conversation, I say, I champion the leaders who shape the next era of humanity. And as I say it, I have to check in with myself, because at first, there was the first time I said it, and it was like, who the heck does this person think he is? Like, he's like, I was some guy in, like, from America living in Singapore saying I'm championing that the leaders who are shaping the next era of humanity. Um, and over time, it became less silly and more like true. And then it went from more true to more like perfunctory. And now I'm in the space of like taking the time each time I say it to reconnect and refine what is the truth in it, and to go from there. So it was meaningful when you slowed down and really got into it here, right? How many of us have like our missions, know what we're about, and just kind of like get through it to whatever is next there? Let me ask you, was there a different experience for you in saying it the first time versus the second time? And don't worry, if there wasn't, you can just be like, nah, like I just said it again. That's okay. That's okay. But I am curious, like, was there a different experience for you in saying it?
Yes, actually, slowing things down makes you breathe in on everything that you're saying and really, really internalize it. It's like as compared to just saying it. Yeah, I know my mission. I've been saying it since the last talk, something like that. But giving me the space to really be, serene on that and just, yeah, it feels so real. It gives me a new idea every time I say it on how to make this, um, you know, real for people. So, yeah, thank you for that space.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, I think this element of like how to make it real really plays out. It feels really important. Yeah, I brought you on here and sent some preparation questions in advance, really kind of talking about like who are you, what are some of the things that make you shine, so on and so forth. We're probably not going to talk about a single one of them, you know. And I it just I just want to just be in space with you, right? And I think that there's something that, yeah, while I say we're probably not going to talk about it, any one of them, I bring it in because like each of them sets the context and the space for like the level, like the level of conversation or the space of conversation that we're going to be in, right? You have a really powerful mission, right? Now I'm going to look here and I'm going to look overall, but I'll tell you what I feel your mission is, right? Like you're out there to help make sure that people get to live lives and be like successful without having to sacrifice their family in the process. You know, like that's like to me when I think it like you have the right words. I'm not trying to reframe what you're saying. I'm just like the impact that I get from that is like live in that space there. I get curious, like when you think about you, not at your best, but like, and when you're bringing that mission to life in like the most effortless, most fun, most like engaging way for you, like how are you, like what does that look like? It could be you dancing, like I want to really create some space around it all, mainly because I'm like different people have different strengths. I want to try and see that from a different from that lens. So when it's easy, when it's easeful, when it's effortless, when you're getting a lot of return for a small bit of work and you're moving toward this mission of yours, like what are you doing and who are you being?
Yes, I'm actually playing.
Mm,
I'll tell that. I'm actually playing. Um, I have my team here, working with us, staying with the family, being like a family to us. So um, when I am in that mission, I'm playing, not just little playing with my kid, with everyone here, but I see myself um, doing the thing that I love. One thing I love is to teach.
mm,
So I teach the team on how to do it. Oh, I actually talking with my husband. I said, I'll create these videos in order to help them, or while I'm doing this teaching to this to one of her teammates, I'll record it so that the next teammate. So I'm not just doing it for one person. Um, I'm I'm telling it to that person and to the next person who will listen to that video, so that they will feel the same amount of love, the same amount of, care and dedication that we offer to people. Yeah, so the people that we help, because this this mission came to life actually when my son is born.
Mm.
Um, when my son is born, I did not know that I can feel that I can love the way I do when I don't have a child yet. Because I am willing to sacrifice everything to the point that I resigned just to stay home and give him more time. Because when I was actually, my previous company is really good. They have given me enough time to rest before I you know before I give birth. But then after 3 months, they are asking me to come back, and I was like, I'm just not ready to leave this little kid behind. So I'm just gonna stay here. And we were not that having that enough savings, but okay, we grabbed it and just, okay, I'll resign, I'll look for things online, because I just cannot for the life of me leave that kid. I don't know if it feels like exaggeration, but it's the way how I feel. So so I resigned and then moved on to the digital space. My husband is not new to it. He's been freelancing since he graduated. So he's new to it. There's something in here that you need to tap in. And that's how the journey goes. So
Uh,
it's been 4 years
yeah.
since that happened. And I'm really happy that how I evolved after that, evolved in a sense that improve the skills needed. And now that we are here, I'm saying we with my husband,
Mm.
that we are here, I want to help people as well, because I know that people love their families, will not want to leave them, but just can't because of work, because of things. But I've been telling them, especially during the pandemic, is that it is possible to stay here and have financial and time freedom, still work, because some people just love working and doesn't want to be idle. I understand that. I'm one of those. Still work, but still see the family, still be with the family, just pause and then play with them. So that's how I see myself doing and working on the mission, is to actually play with the team, play with the people, play with my kid, and just being being and doing at the same time. So yeah, that's how I see it.
Yeah, that feels really fun. And actually, as you say it, like I can feel like my heart like opening up a bit here. You said a magic word for me. You said play. That word goes really, really far for me. And I love for us to just like infuse in this conversation, however we do it, more play, whatever that happens to be. And I could be in this conversation and like sometimes I'm like a dog with a bone. I'm like, I really want to understand. Like, I want to see you. Like, let me see you. Let me go. Right. And we missed the play component of it all. Right. So as that feels real and feels fun for you, like let's find our ways of playing in this conversation as it goes along as well. Right. So like, look, you have a big mission, and I can feel your heart in it here. What's been like one of the more like challenging parts of bringing this out to life for you? Like, so it might be the space that you yourself lived in with it, or like as you're out there really bringing it in for other people, like where have you run into the biggest challenges so far? And let me say this:
Yes,
what has been like one like let's get I want to get into an experience with you around it.
yes. One thing is to convince people that it's possible,
Hmm.
because they don't believe it. Most of the people that I've talked to are just like, they know the 9 to 5, the 8 to 5 of work thing, and you know, I've been trying so hard convincing, of course. It starts with the people I love that I'm concerned about. I know they have potential. Hey, we have work here. We have do things. There, there's money online. I mean, you can do things at home. So, but they are stuck in the mentality of, I know, 8 to 5, going to the office and such. But then, okay, but we can also do it. I know that you have children at home. I know that you want you you know I yeah there are people who I talk to have children, have is a challenge has a challenge with childcare and everything, but still goes back to working 9 to 5, and it's like it's difficult to convince people. That's very challenging for me to convince people to break out of the norm of working in the office 9 to 5. So
Can I ask a
yeah,
quick question around that?
yes,
Okay. Yeah, like so there's something here. Like I feel the energy around the word convince, right? That's like
yes,
like convince, and like I'm like, oh man, that sounds like work. That doesn't sound like play, right? When I hear convince, in general, I like when I hear it, I like it puts me in a certain frame of mind. But like also like as you're saying it right now in real time, I'm like, oh, she be working, she be working, she be working, she be working, and like and my question is like, are there times where like in the living of your mission, whether someone directly said yes or not, are there times where it's actually just felt like play for you as well?
yes. Actually, I'm going to the good part.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Yeah. So you asked about the challenging, and that is convincing people,
Yeah.
and that's like, yeah, it's difficult to convince people if they don't see results. So what we did is just live it, live the
Mm,
mission. So living the mission, I get to play, I get to enjoy things. I, you know, I've I'm into, I did not know that I can stay at home and be happy like this. Because you know me, I'm an outgoing person. I'm a friend person. So I go out with friends. I have friends at work, friends with church, at church, friends with old college thing, friends in the university, friends in high school. I have lots of friends. I
yeah.
go out. But I did not know that it's possible to be staying at home and still be with family, with friends, go out when I like to. And, earlier I was telling you about the challenge of convincing people. Now I'm not convincing people with that way of just telling people that, hey, we have blah, blah, blah. What I do is just live it actually. So I am here. They don't know. They know that I'm always at home,
Mm,
but they can see us comfortable.
yeah.
They can see us comfortable with, and they can see us just in the background, backyard of our
Mm,
home, playing when they have to, going out when they have to, doing the things for the family, for the child that we have, and just being there while at the same time being comfortable in life. That's big,
yeah.
especially in our country. That's big. It's not every day that you have that option. Sometimes it's just one. Okay, work and eat, and no time for play because we have to eat or something like that. So, but now people are asking what we do, and there's not much convincing needed. So the burden is on us again to just now, now that they're convinced, how do we bring the mission to life and really help people
Mm, mm,
now? So that's the challenge now. So every
yeah.
level has a new challenge in
Yeah,
itself.
yeah,
So
yeah. That now you got me curious. Like, what's the challenge in here? Like, so I guess yeah, I'll say what's the challenge in that? And there's like a second part to this. Like, when you think about the possibility of like what you are like of what you want your mission to be bringing to life, let's even just say for the next year. Like, what's the challenge in that now?
yes, the next level challenge that we are facing now is just to start the building of not just the community, but the company that we had that we're
Mm,
working on to really help people. So just by ourselves, we cannot help alone. Our resources are limited.
Yeah.
right? If we are to give that resources that we already have to just people, it ends there, right?
Yeah.
But when we, tap into teach people, I know that this is what do you call this, that this is a very common one to teach people, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, teach him how to fish, and you feed him in a lifetime. But it's very true, just giving people money or resources just for one day, it ends there. You know it ends there. But you teach people, yes, actually this is possible here, we're working on this and that. So now they're open to the possibilities of learning, because working online, it doesn't end with uh, a thing that you're doing for the rest of your life as long as you're in that company. No, it always involves upskilling, learning new things, learning new tools. Because when you don't learn, you get stuck. You'll be left behind. Everything is changing in the online world. So now I'm opening people to just really study. One of the people that we have is an engineer. And so yeah, he's working in the field, he's working outside, but he's now, because of what he sees in what we're doing, he's convinced that yeah, there's money there. There's actually a possibility of having a time and financial freedom in there. So now he's open to upskilling, learning, what do you call this? Learning at, is that Adobe, or what do you call this? The learning a tool that can help him as an engineer work online as well. So AutoCAD, yeah,
Yeah.
it's going
Yeah.
AutoCAD now. So it's not just limited to the things that we offer. It's
Yeah.
also opening them to the possibilities of their career and such. So there, I'm just so happy that the people that who sees us are getting more curious and more open to the possibility of working online and being having the same situation as us. So I'm just happy, less convincing, but a different level of challenge at this point.
Yeah, I like it's cool to hear that. It's good to hear that like you're already living in that like different format of like it's like I can't say it enough, right? But I can live it quite a bit. And I really like that here from the standpoint of like from us as outliers, right? There's oftentimes I describe it to people sometimes as like I feel like I saw a vision of something. No, it's not even a vision. I actually saw a glimpse. I saw a glimpse of something somewhere, and I may or may not even remember where I saw that, but I have experienced it. I'm like even the work that I do right now is probably inspired the most by Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership, HOE. I came there for a weekend as a facilitator and led a group of amazing young ambassadors in their leadership, and that entire experience, I remember going, I'm like, you can do this? Like, you can not just like like what was being organized, but how people treated each other, like what was it like to be in a positive environment where people were like actually actively contributing to each other and creating space for people to have a conversation unlike what they normally would have, to go from and I haven't thought about that initial experience in years. But when you talk about this right now, it takes me back to the components of this, like the lived experience, and being in an environment and seeing that, like, wait a minute, this is possible. This is actually possible, and it's different than like hearing about like, oh, what if, or wouldn't it be great if, or like, hey, yeah, my general sense would be like, yeah, it's easy for you, but like, could I have it, and I feel you in taking the stance of like, let us just let our success be the thing that brings people in. Let the way we live our life and success in the way that we choose to define the success be the things that bring people in.
Yes, yes, I totally agree with that. And that glimpse, sparks inspiration. Oh, yes, it's possible to be that. I want that too. And now you aspire, you know,
Yeah.
and you work on it and you
Yeah.
play with it as well. So, yeah, it brings people to, you know, what do you call this? To get away from the norm of just working in an office 9 to 5, having this title as an engineer, as this and that. Sometimes people who have titles like that, I'm not saying it's just my brother is one. I have I have a family of engineers in the
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
So
You
um
surrounded by titles. You're good. You're good. I get you. Go ahead.
yeah. So sometimes the titles is different from the amount of, the satisfaction is different from the title.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes people just associate, oh, I have a son like this. I have a daughter who has this kind of title, but are they happy? Are they happy? Immediately after I graduated from college, I can see myself being in the, what do you call this? I'm already in the practical side with choosing work, with choosing with the choices that I've been doing
Yeah.
in life. Am I happy? If I'm not, okay, it's time to move on. Because if if you're not happy with things, how can you stay? How can you stay? So that's
Well, can I
why
ask you a
I'm,
little bit about that though, real quick?
yes,
Right?
yes.
Because like I do want to make sure we leave space for like how did you get to this place, right? Like because we've had conversations in the past where like I get the sense that it was not necessarily a popular or like choice for you to even go down this path or to explore this year. Like you're living a mission that feels really lovely as it's said. But in terms of like the application and what it actually means to choose a life of achieving financial and time freedom, like from what I get, like it's not necessarily, you just said like it's not the norm, right? So tell me a little bit about
Yeah.
that. Tell me a little bit about like um you actually embracing this, not like on you, like not just for you, but given the cultural environment where there wasn't another Andrea there that was like showing up. Like tell me about this year, because I feel like you're one of the first in your areas to get into this here. So, and you also had your husband from here and you who had demonstrated that something could be done with freelancing
Yeah.
down there, right? So I'm really curious about that part of the journey.
Yeah, actually, you said it right. It's not a popular choice in the country, especially with my background. I've been a constant. Um,
What's your
I've been a
background?
constant. Yeah, I've been a constant achiever in school, starting from elementary. I've been a valedictorian from preparatory level, elementary, and uh, high school. With college, I tend to play. I started with a play in college, like, oh yeah, I can do this. It opened my mind, but then it's still not a popular choice. You know, here in our country, oh, you are a constant achiever in school. You have brains. Maybe you can be a doctor, you can be a lawyer, you can be all these kinds of fancy titles. I have i have respect for them, right? I really respect them. But looking at things, I am not going to the popular things, not just because I don't or I can't. We have means, not physically, not financially from my family, but there is a family who wants to adopt me in the past. Just I can make her a doctor, you know. But no, we go to the other path, the not popular path, and now people are asking, where is our valedictorian? Where is that? Where is that person?
Can
And
I
when
can I
I
pause
say,
really quickly on that?
yes.
Right. So you're out here, you're choosing the non-popular path. Now people are asking like, what happened to our valedictorian? Right.
Yeah.
Take like when you hear that or when you heard that, like how did it feel to like to hear that question being asked of you or around you?
Yeah. First, sometimes I feel in the past, actually, I feel I stutter. I
Mm,
stutter. How can I explain this that I'm just at home? Just at home. I'm working from home. It's not a popular thing years ago that I'm working at, I'm working from home. But how can you afford this? You are buying this. You're getting me like I have a high school friend. I get insurance from her. It's not every that it's not every professional. It's not every classmate of ours gets insurance from her. But I'm getting one. And when she's asking all these personal questions, she's getting curious. How? How is that possible? Because I'm an engineer myself. I told you I've been surrounded by engineers. I'm an engineer myself. How is that possible that you're working from home, spending time with family, and you still get to have these means to buy insurance from me, to be doing the things that you do? So that sparks curiosity among people. And I'm telling you, it's not a popular thing here in our country. It's not a popular thing here in our country. The popularity sparked during the pandemic when everyone get the chance to work from home, and it's big.
yeah.
It's massive. They're like people from 9 to 5 office, close-minded people who just wants to work in an office. It's like, they get to feel the happiness and the freedom of working from home. Nothing, no need to commute. Preparing 2 hours before the job, commuting for an hour to go to the 9 to 5 job, and commuting back for another hour, going home really tired. Now they during the pandemic they get to see, oh, it's really good to work from home. Now they don't want to go back to the
Yeah.
office,
Yep.
but they
Yep.
have
Yep.
to.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like. No, I appreciate it. I think that there's an element here of it's interesting because I always play this game of wanting to go out and talk about what we're creating, you know, wanting to be in the space of like aligning ourselves with our missions and showing up there and talking about what it takes for that. And I also want to make sure that we also keep acknowledging literally what it takes for that. What it is like, what it is that we have to go through, and that we and how that continues to evolve, right? So like uh, it's interesting. I'm calling out right now. I'm like, tell me about some challenges. Tell me about some challenges. It's not that. I think the reason I can keep going here is because like I see like you're also transmuting. It's not like you're stuck in the challenge, you know. So let's look ahead for the possibility that you're creating right now, right? What excites you the most about like what's coming up ahead for you here? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, what excites me the most is the all the possibilities that we are trying to accomplish one at a time.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to expanding, to getting more clients for others so that I can help these people. So I'm telling you, we're not just, because we have a group of graphics guys of
Yeah.
design team over here. We're not stuck with graphics. We're not close to that. If you want help and this is the skill that you have, come on, bring it on, and we'll evolve. The specifics, the mission stays the same
Yes.
for the people that we have, but the dynamics of it becomes different with the new member adding up to us. Okay, your skill is AutoCAD. Okay, let's bring it on. Let's open up a possibility. How can we incorporate this and bring this to people? Because here in the Philippines, not all people are comfortable speaking the English language, right?
Mhm.
They are afraid. They are actually not all, but there are people who don't want to go work online or freelance, having clients outside the country because they're not comfortable speaking the language. Though we've been speaking that in college since we were born, actually. A funny story.
Yeah.
My child's first language is actually English.
Mm.
We talk in the vernacular. We talk in a dialect here. We talk Tagalog in Kapampangan, but my child's first language. Oh yeah, we also talk English because I've been talking to a lot of clients. He hears me telling clients. Sometimes here in the Philippines, we talk big in English as well, but we talk in the vernacular. But he gets more English. His first language in English. Now we are taking another step and teaching him Tagalog.
Yeah.
So anyway, I yeah, it's just a funny story that I want to share.
Yeah.
So where am I? Yeah, so
Well,
the
you
people.
said something that that really came up for me. You talked about like we open up possibilities, and that language right there felt incredibly like real, simple, and powerful. When I say that back to you, and I point out that, like you said, we open up possibilities. Like, how does that feel to hear that coming back to you?
Yeah, it feels powerful to me. It feels powerful. The way I see it with myself is I just want to help. I just want
Mm,
to help. This is what you can bring. Okay, let's turn it into something that you can have financial and time freedom for. And we open that possibility to help that person. I coach people. I'm using the word coach because I realize it's just the first time that I say myself that I coach people. I coach
yeah,
people to,
let's
yeah,
catch that a little bit, right? Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
the first time
yeah,
that's recorded. I coach people. Yeah, how do you say it? If you need to be with a client, an interview with a client, here's how you say it properly. Here's how you do it. I teach people, and aside the technicalities of the game over here, I teach people. But yeah, I coach people. I guide them to have clients of their own, or if you want to be under the team that we have here, that's good too. What's the skill that you can bring? Okay, let's put it in the portfolio and get clients. Because yeah, the language was earlier today. I was
yes,
speaking because they don't want to. They're not comfortable speaking the language, or they're nervous on their first interview. So what we have is to help them be comfortable with the language, be comfortable, teach them, coach them on how to ace an interview and such, but also to be confident in themselves. Because even with the glorious titles that we have over here, it's different when you are, when you are applying to a job again, after I'm already 50 years old, 45 years old, and I'm now, being interviewed again as a new applicant. It feels different as compared to being in a job for like being tenured in a job. It
yeah,
feels powerful, right? But now that they are opening up the possibility of, they are now open to the possibility of working online, they go back to their application days, new applicant
mhm,
days, and they feel vulnerable, but we are here to support them. So yeah, and it just opens up opens up a whole new possibilities, not just for the team that we have, but for them as well. So aside from the clients that we have here, you have other clients, go ahead, you're free, and I want to tap into that freedom because yeah, I can see you. I can see, I'm not just saying this because I'm talking to you, but I can see the way that you handle us, with the way that you handle us, with the freedom that you're giving us. I want I'm inspired by that. And I want to do that with the people that we have here as well. You know, I tend to get the good things out of I tend to copy, not just get, but just to copy. That's a good thing that he's doing. And I'm being like this because
mm,
he's doing like that to me. He's giving me the freedom and such. So I want to do that as well because it feels good. It's something that one of the things while I'm staying, while I'm happy, is because of this. I want my people to stay as well and be happy. That's why I'm giving them this freedom. And when you give people the freedom, they use that freedom actually not to, not to steal from you or anything, but they're using that freedom to work more because they see, they appreciate you, you know. If you're very strict with people, that's not good. They're not happy.
Yeah.
They're not happy. They go, even if they love the job, they don't love you because of the strictness of it. They go. But if you're good with people, we're good with people, give them freedom with the generosity and understanding. That's one of our core values over there.
Yeah.
Understanding, generosity, the freedom, love, together with excellence, integrity that we offer to the clients, and to, treating the clients the same way we treat our employees, the same way we treat the team. That's big. That's big. That's why I am inspired, because I see it in you. And that's why I tend to, I want that. So
Mm.
I'm copying that
Yeah.
and doing that with the team that we have. And the results are good. No need for this and that. They're working exemplary because of that. So, and I want that to be a culture, yeah, with us. You copy the good, get the good,
I get the good, right?
right?
Like there's
Yeah.
well, there's something here that really screams to me here, where it's like we talked earlier. We started out oriented in your mission, and the element of me that's coming out is like we talked about financial and time freedom, and I'm like, oh no, Andrew's not even like that's just like two touch. Like she's about freedom, you know. She's about
Yeah.
freedom. Like there's more to it than just that. It makes sense in the context of the mission, but it's what I'm hearing from you is like you value freedom, and you value like creating opportunities for people to have said freedom, and to you value giving people opportunities to leverage said freedoms. Like you have the freedom, surprise us. Where do you want to go?
Yes, and it's like having a bird in your palm. You don't clutch them like that. They're hurt the more they struggle to go out. But then
Yes.
if you have that like that, you can go. You can go this way, that way. It's your choice. You can stay
Yeah.
as long as you're happy in there. Um, and the more that you give people freedom, the more that they are happy working, doing things that they love, being funny, being themselves. And it's like, and people surprise me when I give them the freedom. I did not know that this person can design, but when I give her the okay, you can try. I give her the tools to do that. She enjoyed it more than the other things that were tasked to do. It's a funny experience because okay, here are tasks. Can you do this? Oh yes, I can. And she's doing it. She's good. But then an opportunity arises when our other designer is very busy. Do you want to try? Here's a tool that you can use. It's like she's enjoying it. She's killing it. Now I have another designer. So you don't know what people. It surprises you with the freedom that you give them, right?
Yes.
So
And I want to say like kudos to you and your husband for what you're building there, because there is this also this element of people are taking advantage of the freedom there. When I say taking advantage, I mean it's not. I think sometimes people get afraid of like, well, what do they take advantage of me? What I'm hearing from you is like, no, because like there's something special around that there. What I'm hearing is like people are leveraging that freedom, and that leverage is coming in a lot of different directions. It's leveraging them. They're building new skill sets. They're upskilling. They're building confidence. They're finding ways to contribute in different ways. Like you're finding different things, and for you and your organization, like, well, now we have two designers. Like, go, like, here we go. This is incredible. I really want to just like acknowledge you for like what it is that you're building, like, and how it is that you're building. We're at a time where it feels good to like start completing this conversation here. I have two questions for you that as we wrap up this conversation. The first one is like, is there anything else like that you would I like a lot of times people will end the podcast and be like, "Oh, what is something you would have told your past self?" You know, I like to play this game from a different perspective. It's like, what's something you want to tell your future self? Like, if there's something that you know now to be so true, you know, that you might feel like might get lost in all the ways that life may come, or all the different ways that this thing can continue to grow. What feels so true to you at its essence, at its core, that you never want to forget?
Yeah. Here's a message to my future self. Stay happy and stay in integrity with what you do, and to always do things with love, because I know that this is when when company tends to increase, sometimes the culture is being lost in translation as you expand. But I want you to be rooted in that working with love, with the general, with the genuine concern for others, which has inspired this mission in the first place. So I want you to be rooted in that, and always stay happy. Don't be stressed. I know that the more responsibilities that you get, the more stressed you get. I know that, but go back to the mission. You are giving these people opportunities to have freedom. Are you? I want you to. I want my future self to internalize and look at herself to see: are you free? Do you feel that freedom that you are promising to people? If you still feel that freedom, you're happy, you're doing things with love, okay, you're good. Check this video again in a few years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's my message to my future self.
Fantastic. And then now we'll also end this here. If someone wanted to stay in the conversation just beginning though, someone wanted to continue being in conversation with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
Okay. We continue to be in conversation with me. Please check out. Is it okay if I promote this? Yeah. Please send us a message at I love syllabuledigital@gmail.com. We're still working on the website. It will be syllabuledigital.com, and yeah, I'll keep you posted. Thank you.
Fantastic. Now, I'm going to need you to spell out the website.
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
Okay, it's SYLLABLEDIGITAL. Yeah, syllable. Actually, my surname is Pantig. It's translated as syllable in English. So it became, why not syllable? It's
Nice.
it's unique.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So syllabuledigital.com. Yeah, and just continue the conversation there. Thanks, Andrea. Thanks for playing. Thanks for being you. Thanks for bringing your mission in and living from that place, not just in this conversation, but on a regular basis. It's part of the reason why you're important to me in my world as well. And so I'm excited for you. I'm excited for all those that continue to experience the freedom that's available for them. And that you're able to package and channel for them to have access to on their own. And I think you're doing really great work, not just in the outputs that come in there, but in the in terms of the physical outputs and deliverables, but in terms of the outputs of who people become because they spend time with you and the way that you go about doing things. It's a special thing, and I'm so honored to know you and to be in this conversation with you. All right, we'll end things here. Most certainly. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye. Thank you.
We're just getting started. Take 10 seconds to think about your greatest insight from today's conversation. And if you're ready to go and bring this to a deeper, more applicable level for you, come and join us in an upcoming masterclass. Go to outliersedge.com/masterclass to be coached live and to bring your aspirations, your goals, and your challenges and have them handled in real time. This is high flame, high impact, high transformation. Go to outliersedge.com/masterclass and come experience your next level of leadership.